There are disturbing reports of bodies being taken to unknown locations, passenger belongings stolen, and evidence being spirited away from the side of that downed Malaysian jetliner in eastern Ukraine. Tonight, outside investigators, eager to secure the scene and learn who fired the missile that brought down the plane, killing 298 people, claim they are being blocked by Russian-backed militiamen who control the area. And so tonight, that sprawling crash zone littered with wreckage and human remains is the center of growing international outrage. Our Keir Simmons spent the day at the scene. He joins us now from Donetsk to tell us what he witnessed. Keir, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. So far, 190 bodies have been found out of the 298 passengers who died. Today, through many military checkpoints, we reached the crash site and found a scene of horror.
Some of the dead being carried away today, the bodies of passengers whose relatives around the world are waiting. But it took 2 full days after flight MH17 was blown out of the sky over the Ukrainian countryside.
There is debris scattered across this entire area. That is how big the crash site is, and people's possessions everywhere. Their suitcases, clothes, here a diary, a cuddly toy, and a child's life jacket.
Further along, we found blackened earth where a big part of the plane came down in flames. What should be a restricted crime scene, guarded by just a few men in civilian clothes. The area is controlled by pro-Russian rebels, accused by some of shooting down the plane. There's a growing international outcry over how this scene has been compromised. One rebel leader saying victims' credit cards might have been stolen.
Thank you very much.
And today, Malaysian officials expressed their concern.
The world has a moral obligation to ensure that the remains of all victims are recovered and treated with respect.
European observers were given more access to the site today, but always accompanied by the heavily armed rebels.
We have now had the possibility to see a bit more of this rather large scene. We have observed the situation here as it has been presented to us.
Even if outside investigators, including the FBI and NTSB, can get here, many clues may have been lost. As the rebels drove away today with some of the victims, I questioned one of them.
Where are you taking the bodies?
I don't know, he told me. More uncertainty over exactly what happened and who brought down this aircraft.
Tonight, one rebel leader has told me they plan to keep the bodies safe in order to return them to relatives. National investigators are welcome, he says, and complained they're taking too long to get here.